r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. What are the downsides of marijuana that people don't talk about? Regular use seems to mess with my ability to pay attention and remember stuff when I'm sober. It's one of the reasons I quit. Not sure others have these issues though. Dude, I thought I had just a regular memory till I stopped smoking and now I remember everything. Struggling to enjoy the things you did whilst high if you don't have any. I've been sober for 5 years from alcohol and struggle with this all the time. Most social things people do just aren't fun without the liquor. I'm pretty much a homebody now. Was a pretty regular smoker for years until I started getting extreme panic attacks. Stopped smoking and they have subsided fully. Well, there's the South Park clip that's been making the rounds, and it's a pretty good summation of the risks of prolonged cannabis use. When things in your life are frustrating or upsetting, those negative feelings are an incentive to make changes to your life. But cannabis can relieve those negative feelings, which can result in a person basically putting their life on pause, not addressing negative issues and not looking for positive change. And the other big contributing factor here is that stoners are pretty much harmless and not nearly as annoying as other folks who self-medicate with various substances. Drunks and cokeheads and meth users all have behaviors that trigger friends and family to intervene out of anger or frustration or concern. But dopeheads are just so mellow and easygoing that they don't send up the same kind of warning flares that somebody driving drunk or blacking out from drinking does. Getting irrationally hungry. It's not healthy to eat 1,000 extra calories after having an edible. They say people don't become physically dependent on it, but as a daily smoker I absolutely feel like garbage and have to smoke to feel normal. But it's better than debilitating back pains and taking opiates. Have you gotten your back looked at by a back pain specialist in the last few years? Lots of effective treatments now, not too risky. I'm not the commenter that you're applying to, but I've had a debilitating back issue creep up on my over the past few years. I was finally diagnosed with 2 herniated discs. I'm 37 and in good shape otherwise. Doctors won't do anything for me except prescribe physical therapy and opiates. I regret putting myself through hell with insurance just to be laughed out of 2 different doctors' offices and left with bills for services that did nothing. I had to do 24 weeks of psychical therapy, $40 co-pay per visit, just so I could an MRI through my insurance. I've gone to 2 different PTs too. Neither of them cared to understand my situation. They just pal around and give you the same instructions you could get from Google. I really hope I never have to go through that again. I'd rather deal with the pain. Coincidentally, I got a medical card last year. No complaints about that. Once you're smoking it every day, it's tough to stop. It becomes the number one thing your brain wants when you get bored. It can mess with your appetite and your sleep. For some, makes it though to make plans or think about the future. Makes you complacent, convinces you you're totally comfortable with the way things are. It's really fun to do, and it's easy to do it often, but it punishes you in much subtler ways than other drugs. Moderation's the name of the game, folks. I'm a heavy smoker and I will admit that it messes up your lungs. Sleep isn't as effective, and the complacency that comes with constantly being stoned can be risky for some. The negative impacts it can have on one's mental health after long-term use, specifically in those who have underlying mental health issues to begin with. The paranoia you get when you've smoked too much. This nonsense that it's not addictive. Just because it doesn't create a physical dependency doesn't mean potheads are not fully addicted to it. Smoking 6 times a day, before you have to do anything, needing to be high or you feel off are not normal. And if you doubt this, go ahead and quit cold turkey for a month. Best case is you only have wicked cravings for a week. Worst cause you get super irritable, have terrible dreams, and crave it non-stop for a few weeks. Sincerely, a former pothead who went through quitting. It feels great until eventually it feels really bad to not be high. Which leads to needing to be high for anything you do, and you convince yourself that there's no problem with that. Then you plan out your life around being able to get high and only hanging out with other like-minded folks while avoiding anything and anyone that doesn't fit into that mindset. That's just my experience over the course of 40+ years of cycling in and out of dependence. Smoking marijuana, like smoking anything else, increases your risk of mouth, throat, and lung cancer. Nowhere near as bad as cigarettes, but it's still something to consider. There's also the possibility, unproven as of yet, that it can cause mental decline if used regularly. These can be mitigated through responsible consumption and moderation, though. Mental decline in which context? Like lower IQ or like depression? Not that I'm trying to refute either, I'm pretty sure I've felt both slowly happen. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.